Huh? Oh, my bad. Yep.
Let me take a wild guess how this ends. You get hauled off for a stack of misdemeanors and maybe even a couple of felonies, all while confidently lecturing your troglodyte fan club about how you're supposedly untouchable. You'll swear you're on some imaginary "do not detain" list, as if repeating it loudly enough makes it real. Meanwhile, reality is doing push-ups in the corner, waiting its turn. The irony is painful, because the louder you insist this is impossible, the more inevitable it becomes. But hey, what do I know? I've only laughed at your nonsense and replayed this train wreck of a video about 5 times now. Still, I guess there's always a chance I misunderstood, right up until the cuffs click.
How you doing?
Officer Clear Crash. I was hanging out there. I didn't want to get hit.
My bad.
So the reason I pulled you over, Officer Clear Crash here, I ran your plate. It's coming back to like a white Subaru. Is that a specialty Florida plate? What is that?
No, it's a private plate.
A private plate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's because, I mean, when I run a Florida with that, it comes, like I said, it comes back a white Subaru. Do you have any, like,
yes, sir.
registrations?
One second. Oh, shoot.
You got your driver's license and insurance on this as well?
Yes, sir. I just have. Yes, right here. Here you go.
You got a license as well?
This is all I got, sir. Here you go.
You have a driver's license or no?
No.
Alright, so what info do you have on the vehicle?
Well, I own this vehicle.
No, I'm saying, do you have any, like, registration, something like that?
Oh, no.
Because, like I said, when I'm running the plate, it's coming back to a completely different vehicle.
Oh, no, this is not even a Florida plate. Like, far as like a registered plate, this is a private plate.
So what's it registered? What's the vehicle registered?
It's not even registered, sir.
So you can't drive an unregistered vehicle in the United States.
No, I'm just traveling, sir.
So you don't have a driver's license, you don't have, is there any particular reason why?
Like, I like to exercise my constitutional right just to travel, you know.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Just hang tight, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the best part is, all you had to do was play it safe while your kids and your cave-dwelling wife were conveniently sitting in the back, ready to be used as a human shield to save your own skin. For anyone confused about what I'm referring to, Wayne had his children and spouse in the truck while he confidently ran through his rehearsed script with the police like it was open mic night. Yes, the officers technically did a catch and release, but let's be clear, that still qualifies as an arrest no matter how you try to dress it up. Somehow, he spun that outcome as a victory, proudly patting himself on the back. When your IQ hovers somewhere between 0 and the number of fingers on one hand, even getting temporarily detained starts looking like a major win.
Cars, none of that. They're looking for your exact contract you have with the state. Yeah, they contemplate right now. They're like, what the heck? What the hell is this? Told you, a lot of police ain't never seen this before. They come up, do not detain and all that. They're like, what the hell? It's all foreign to them. Look, no kids in the back, none of that. Because the last time they was like, oh, they let you go because your wife, your kids.
Call it whatever excuse you want, but being sent down the road on a PR bond is still being arrested, no matter how hard you try to spin it. And let's not pretend this was some one-time misunderstanding, because we've seen this movie before. Take Florida, for example. Remember when you were arrested for breaking into a house? Or did that little detail slip your mind? Funny how selective the memory gets when the facts are inconvenient. So let me refresh it for you. That was the incident where you ended up in cuffs in Florida with a police canine deciding your arm looked like lunch. Somehow, even that gets rewritten as a victory in your version of reality.
The United States of America Republic.
Okay, but where's your residence, your house?
The United States of America Republic.
Okay, so where are you heading right now?
The United States of America Republic.
All right, so are you just, you don't want to answer? Or?
No, that's where I live, sir. I don't.
Okay, so like basically the problem is I understand what you're saying, like
yes, sir.
You're practicing your constitutional right to travel, but in the United States you still have to have vehicles still have to be registered and stuff like that. You can't just it's just not registered. I mean, so what happens if you crash? I mean, this is a nice car, right?
Yes.
So if you have no insurance, what happens? What do you think is going to happen?
I'll have to personally compensate that person.
You end up losing everything you own. Is the problem?
I understand that, but I still would, as a man, give them
But
exactly.
see, the problem is, in the United States of America, all 50 states, they require you to insure your car. So that doesn't happen.
Okay.
So you don't have any insurance. Have you ever been arrested before?
No.
You've never been arrested?
No.
So when I looked up your name, and I seen that you have been arrested, that wasn't you?
No. Because on the information on my car.
You're talking about the VIN number on the vehicle you constantly boast about on your channel, like it's some kind of badge of honor. You keep framing it as clever maneuvering, when in reality it's just wordplay meant to dodge responsibility. You insist it isn't theft, but instead dress it up as a technicality involving paperwork and lenders. That kind of semantic gymnastics might sound impressive to your audience, but it doesn't change the underlying issue. At the end of the day, rebranding questionable behavior doesn't magically turn it into something legitimate. It just makes the story messier.
I gotta figure this out. I want to run the VIN off the door.
It's right here. The VIN number right here.
I'm not gonna scratch your car up trying to.
No. You don't have to scratch it. You can just look.
I need you to step out.
I can't.
Why can't you?
Because
Are you physically unable, or what's wrong?
I can't because the VIN number is right there, sir.
Okay, so I have to compare the VIN spots to make sure that this vehicle is not stolen. Because as of right now, I don't know anything about the vehicle. You haven't given me any info about it.
Because the VIN number right there, you see on the side right there?
Let's see, I want to compare the VIN in certain spots. That's the thing. If you want to be able to be free to travel about your way, you have to let me make you verify this vehicle's not stolen.
I understand that, sir, but the VIN number right there.
That's what I'm worried. I don't need to just see that VIN. I need to see other VINs. There's multiple spots where there's a VIN. But if I compare them and they come out to be legit, then I can verify that this vehicle's not stolen. Right now, that's my main concern, to make sure this vehicle's not.
Personal jurisdiction isn't something decided on the side of the road during a traffic stop. It's determined later in a courtroom through proper legal process. Until that point, the situation is governed by the authority of the agency currently handling the encounter. At this moment, that authority rests with the Cook County Sheriff's Office, along with the police department of the city you happen to be in. Arguing legal theory during the stop doesn't change who has control of the situation in real time. Jurisdiction may be debated later in court, but in the present moment, enforcement authority is already clearly established.
We got a fingerprint you to make sure you're who you say you are. So at this point, we're gonna have to place you in custody. I'm gonna have to ask you to come out. Now, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this to make things worse. I understand you're practicing your constitutional right, but I'm also doing my job as a police officer. Okay. So I've been very calm with you. I've listened to what you had to say, and I also am trying to get the reciprocating respect. Sir. I'm not going to try to wrestle you out of the car. I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to have to take you to verify who you are, and then, you can be on your way. But I have to take you in and have you fingerprinted.
I can't. I just gave you my ID.
No, see, the thing is I need to see your fingerprints, dude, because you're not telling me where you live. You're not telling me anything.
That's my address.
Okay, I understand. You're not telling me where you live. The United States is not an address. I'm being very calm with you. I'm being very respectful.
Yes, sir.
But I also have to do my job, and I don't want. I'm not trying to wrestle with you. Okay?
I understand, sir.
And I'm not trying to do that because that's not right.
But I still live outside of y'all jurisdiction, sir. I don't.
Actually, you don't. You're in Cook County right now. You're inside my jurisdiction. All of Cook County is my jurisdiction. We're in Cook County.
I understand that.
In Illinois, in the United States of America.
I understand that, but personal, I'm not inside your jurisdiction.
Yes, officer, this isn't new territory for him. He knows exactly how this sequence usually plays out. First comes the polite request, giving the illusion of choice and cooperation. When that doesn't work, the request turns into a clear directive. After that, the situation moves from words to action, whether he likes it or not. He may act surprised every time, but the pattern is familiar, predictable, and entirely of his own making.
I just need you to step out.
Sir, I can't, sir.
Are you? Why are we making this more difficult than it needs to be?
Sir, I'm just saying, I'm outside y'all jurisdiction. I'm not trying to cause any issue.
You're 100% in my jurisdiction. I guarantee you. A judge will 100% agree with me. Okay? If you were outside my jurisdiction, I wouldn't be stopping you right now. Okay? I would not. You'd be moving on with your life. Okay?
Yeah, sir, I can't. I'm sorry, sir, I can't. Sir, I can't.
Listen. All right. Can you please shut the vehicle off right now?
Sir,
can you please shut the vehicle off? We're gonna do baby steps, okay? I'm gonna need you to shut the vehicle off. All right. So I'm gonna need you to come out. I'm gonna open your door because you're gonna need to come out.
I can't.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to come out. What did I tell you? I'm being respectful with you, okay? But I also, at this point, I have to place you in custody because you're not under our law in Cook County, in the state of Illinois, in the United States. You're not driving with a proper driver's license, okay?
Sir,
I understand what you're saying, and you have every right to fight that, but it's going to be in court. It's not going to be with me.
Yeah, I don't have jurisdiction, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you again.
Sir, I can't.
I really don't want this to go.
Talk like men, they say, but that expectation doesn't really apply here because he's clearly not operating with the maturity required for that kind of exchange. Anyone expecting a rational, adult conversation has already set the bar too high. This is the same person who had his wife and children waiting in the back of his truck while he complained about the cold and prolonged the situation unnecessarily. Instead of prioritizing their comfort, he chose to argue with officers on the roadside over imagined rights. That behavior alone says more than enough about his judgment and decision-making in moments that actually matter.
Right now, as of right now, you have done nothing majorly wrong, okay? You have done nothing majorly wrong. If we have to wrestle you out of the vehicle, it's just gonna escalate, okay? I don't want it to escalate. So I want you, after we're done with all this, to go home, okay? That's what I want you to do. I want you to go home, wherever it is you live, okay? But right now, you have to come with me.
Shoot.
Okay?
No, sir, I can't. Hold on one second. I can't agree to
But
it, sir.
here's the problem, though. If I have to extract you from this vehicle and you're resisting, I'm going to add a resisting charge. Now, I don't want to do that. Right now, this is all traffic related. This is all traffic related nonsense. That's all paperwork issue. Okay? So I'm going to need you to come out.
I'll get my phone from you.
Well, we'll get your phone in a minute. If you step outside, we'll get your phone. We're going to talk. We're going to talk like men, okay?
Well, officer, let me try to clarify what you're dealing with here, because he seems completely unprepared for what's happening. His responses suggest confusion rather than strategy, and his grasp of the situation appears shaky at best. He talks with confidence, but it rarely matches reality or common sense. Of course, I'm not a professional qualified to diagnose anything. I'm just an observer calling it as it looks. Still, based on past experience and a bit of humor, even a night at a budget hotel can teach you when someone clearly has no idea how this is about to end.
No, my name, Taquan.
Taquan, I'm sorry, I read it off the thing. So you say you're a traveler?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. What do you call home?
Where I live?
Yeah.
Yeah, the United States of America Republic.
Okay. Is there anything that you can give me that's more specific to that?
Like the United States of America Republic. I live outside of the United States territories.
You live outside of it?
Yes, sir.
You have like a geographic location that you can share?
It's the natural country. It's the country. It's America. It's the United States of America Republic.
I mean, here's the deal. You got a nice car.
Thank you.
You got a nice phone. You're obviously well kept. I'm just trying to put it all together.
Fortunately, jurisdiction isn't something an individual gets to hand out or deny based on personal belief. It's defined by law and applied by the appropriate authorities. When he says, "they found that thing," he's referring to an item that significantly changes the seriousness of the situation. That discovery only adds to an already growing list of legal problems he seems determined to ignore. Each new issue piles on, making the overall picture harder to defend no matter how confidently he talks. If intelligence were measured by the number of charges someone faced, he'd be considered remarkably accomplished, but reality, unfortunately for him, doesn't work that way.
That's why I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about it, and again, thank you for being, cooperating with us, because again, you're doing your thing, we're doing ours, nothing's personal. But yeah, so there's nothing more you can give me that is a little bit closer to.
I live in the United States of America Republic. Like, I'm outside of y'all jurisdiction.
Okay.
Yes.
So where do you sleep?
The United States of America Republic, sir.
Okay.
Like, it's the free country, sir.
1 second. No, I understand that. Like I said, you know, just based on logistics of how large the United States is, I'm just trying to narrow it down a little bit. You know, you got a couple of car seats in there. You got a family?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. All right. So when you're out traveling, where are they?
In the United States of America Republic, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I respect your privacy. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Just sit tight for me, okay?
Yep. All right, let's see. They found that thing, too. Let's show y'all. They need jurisdiction.
And this is where the legal argument really falls apart, because the law applies to people traveling between states just as much as it applies to everyday situations within them. Crossing through Illinois doesn't place someone outside established legal authority, no matter how creatively they interpret it. This is also the point where we'll wrap up today's video, since the original footage runs well over an hour and covers the same pattern repeatedly. If you're curious to watch the full sequence unfold, a link will be available in the description. One of the more memorable moments comes when he asks an officer to confirm a supposed "do not detain" note on his license, only to be reminded that writing something down doesn't make it legally valid. So with that, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your thoughts and subscribe with notifications so you don't miss future content.